Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at shark encounter. It's a phrase, well, based on the sources you sent, it has some really diverse meanings.
It really does, more than you'd think at first glance.
Right. So, our mission here is simple: get you up to speed on all these different ways we encounter sharks, pulling out the key facts, maybe some surprises from the material we reviewed.
Sounds good. Let's dive in.
Okay, so for a lot of people, shark encounter means SeaWorld, that big exhibit.
Yeah, the famous one.
Our sources describe it as like one of the world's largest underwater viewing tunnels. What makes it feel so, immersive, like you're on the ocean floor? And what do you actually see?
Well, the key is that acrylic tunnel design. You're literally walking through the habitat, water on all sides, even overhead. It's quite something.
Totally surrounded.
Exactly. And it gives you this safe, controlled way to get, well, really close. You'll
Right.
see sand tiger sharks. They look intimidating, but they're pretty calm. Nurse sharks, too, usually resting near the bottom. Black-tip reef sharks, much more active. And even sawfish, which are fascinating, kind of ancient-looking fish.
Well, sawfish too. That's quite a mix.
It highlights the diversity. Yeah.
And the sources mentioned education is a big part of it.
Mm.
How does SeaWorld use this exhibit for teaching?
Right. It's not just about the wow factor. There are displays, interactive elements explaining, the different species, why sharks are important for the oceans, conservation needs.
So, trying to shift the narrative away from just fear.
Precisely. It's about understanding and appreciation. And just to be clear, while some parks have touch tanks for smaller things like rays or sea stars,
Yeah.
you're definitely not touching the sharks in this exhibit.
Yeah.
That's strictly hands-off.
Got it. Okay, that covers the theme park angle really well. But let's shift gears, because shark encounter also means, well, the real deal, right? Diving.
Absolutely. Real-life encounters in the wild,
Mm.
or sometimes in, let's say, managed settings.
So where are people doing this? What kind of experiences are we talking about?
Oh, some amazing places. You've got the classic great white cage diving. South Africa is famous for that.
The iconic one.
Definitely. Then there's Tiger Beach in the Bahamas. That's
Oh.
pretty unique. Shallow water, lots of tiger sharks, often without needing bait or cages. It's a specific ecological spot.
Wow, face to face with tiger sharks.
Yeah, relatively speaking. And then places like Hawaii or Fiji for reef sharks, maybe hammerheads, lots of options.
Okay, but safety must be a huge question for people. Are these trips generally safe?
That's always the first concern, naturally. But the sources emphasize that most reputable tours are very highly regulated. You often have cages or expert guides who know shark behavior inside out.
So controlled risks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what often happens based on the accounts is that people go in maybe nervous but come out just awestruck. They see sharks aren't mindless monsters, but actually quite, cautious or curious. It changes perspectives.
That makes sense. A powerful experience. So beyond being in the water, shark encounter also pops up in media, right? Documentaries, Shark Week.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Discovery Channel, Nat Geo.
Mm-hmm.
Those films are another major way people encounter sharks.
And what's the focus there usually?
It varies. Sometimes it's dramatic retellings of real attack survival stories, but often it's more scientific.
Okay.
You'll see marine biologists tracking migrations, studying how they hunt, their social behaviors, really trying to understand their world and, again, often debunking myths. It brings the ocean to us.
So when you put it all together, shark encounter is this like spectrum from the controlled view at SeaWorld to the wild dives in the open ocean.
The real deal.
And then the stories we watch on TV. Observation, interaction, interpretation.
That's a great way to put it. And looking at it broadly, all these different kinds of encounters, they shape how we think about sharks.
How so?
Well, the sources suggest they can challenge those deep-seated fears, and hopefully build more appreciation for their actual role in the ecosystem, which is critical.
It really leaves you thinking, how do all these different ways of encountering sharks, the controlled ones, the wild ones, the ones we just watched, how do they all add up? How do they shape our collective view and maybe even our sense of responsibility towards sharks in the oceans?
Yeah, it's like each type gives us a different piece of the puzzle, pushing us to constantly rethink our connection to their world.